I'm having fun. I'm having fun.
What's your name?
Aaron? He won the Inner Western Short Story Gumtree Competition, 2020. Yeah, I live with him. I see his, what do you call it, process? The way he writes on anything, on all sorts of things, like physical things. 2 weeks into isolation, we ran out of paper. So he wrote a story about me, on me. Yeah, I'll show you. See? But this isn't Rodney's Adventure Part 1. This is Yelling at a Gum Tree.
A concert film.
A concert film.
I grew up in suburban Sydney in a total cultural void. There was nothing to do and my dad worked late, so I became a pioneer of internet childhood. When I was 12, my childhood consisted of right-clicking on digital trees to chop them down for virtual wood on a web browser-based video game called RuneScape. Some think that this was an extreme waste of time, but actually it formed the foundations of an addictive habit loop that would be a fun challenge to wrestle with for the rest of my life. The closest thing I had to interacting with nature was writing letters to the council on behalf of my father. He wanted to chop down a big gum tree in our backyard. It was protected by environmental laws. I translate his Chinese English into an administrative English. He hated the tree because it dropped a lot of big branches into the garden and he said it endangered our lives on windy days. I think that's just hyperbole to convince the council to let us chop it down. I hated the tree as it introduced me to a new world of bureaucracy in the form of local government regulations. I think you shouldn't have to face bureaucracy alone till you come of age. I knew my writing would never have real-life consequences. I was no Thunberg. Thunberg is an autistic girl who had never chopped down a tree. I was an autistic boy who wanted a tree chopped down. Is he a good writer?
Is he a good writer? Better than me. He came first. I was runner-up. There was 2 entrants. I was runner-up.
In the same way some families ordered Chinese takeout to eat every week, we would send a letter out every week. We had Chinese every day. I couldn't believe it when we got a response from the council. They said we could trim 25% of the tree and remove the dead wood. The arborist came and chopped off a few inconsequential branches. I said, "Can you chop down any more?" He said, "Nah." I asked about the dead wood. The arborist replied, "I can't see any. You point it out and I'll chop it down." To be honest, I didn't even know that wood could die. I thought it was on or off the tree. The arborist hanging there looked down at me and said, "I'm sure you'll realise this sooner or later, but the tree's here to stay." Maybe the tree's presence is a physical representation of some void in your life. Maybe deep down you don't even want the tree gone. Anyway, champion, I gotta go. I nodded and faced my dad, but he had already walked back to the house. I guess the long and the short of it is, I reckon the tree still needs chopping down and the branches could kill me or my family members. Please let us chop it down. Regards, Aaron Chen.
Good stuff, man. Turns out it was a letter all along. You see, the council, they got the gum tree complaints piles mixed up with the gum tree short story pile mixed up, and they mixed it all up. Anyway, this is my story. Dear Councillor Nick, there are too many foreign trees and not enough gum trees. What's the deal with that?